Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel yet again. So today I'm going to be doing a video which is a little bit different for me. I know that generally you guys know me for doing reviews, but obviously I've been using makeup for many years now, and I've picked up quite a lot of things along the way, whether it be from fellow YouTubers or people on Instagram, makeup artists, or people that I've just come across in my day-to-day life, and things that I've just generally just created or done myself out of necessity, or because I've run out of something so I've used something else, yada yada yada. So these are going to be my top 10 beauty tips for you guys. Now some of you will probably be like, yeah, I know all of them, it's nothing new to me. Some of you may be like, wow, I never thought of that before. So even if from doing this video I only help one of you guys, then to me it's really been worth it. My first tip is to use your blusher as eyeshadow. Yes, you do not always have to use just eyeshadow on your eyes. You can use other things as well. You can even use bronzers on your eyes. I've been known to use a matte bronzer in my crease area because, as I've mentioned to some of you before, some of you may not know this, is that I go to the gym before work. I go to the gym 4 times a week. Saturday is the only weekend day that I go, and then I go Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Now there has been an occasion where in my rush to pack my bag I have forgotten certain items of makeup at home, including like my socks or something else like a deodorant, and I have been known to forget things sometimes. So because I always pack my bag the night before, so I make sure I've got everything in there, but it just so happens I've forgotten something. There has been an occasion where I've forgotten my eyeshadow at home, but I've got my blusher. So what have I done? I've just used my blusher on my eyes. Generally, I would say I prefer to use matte blushes on my eyes in my crease, bronzers as well, to have an inner corner highlight. Now my favourite one to use, and one of the most popular ones, is MAC's Nylon, and it is gorgeous and it looks like that. This is the perfect shade to use as your inner corner highlight. And the reason that we highlight that area is that it really opens up the eyes. It really makes them look more alive, brighter. It's really good thing to use if you've got really small eyes especially, and if you've maybe used dark eyeshadows and you feel that your eyes look even smaller. Putting a little dot of something shimmery right in your tear duct area, not in the tear duct, just around it, always brightens up the eyes. Now I'm using something which is a little bit of an orange shimmer today. I have also been known to use like a bright green. There's no point really using matte eyeshadows in that area. Matte is really not something that kind of reflects light. It kind of just holds it back in. My next beauty tip is to use matte crease colours, and funnily enough I did a video on this last week. I will link it below, I'll link it here somewhere. Is my top 10 matte brown crease shades. Now I'm just going to show you one of my favourite ones as an example. This is MAC's Uninterrupted, which is one of their pro long wear eyeshadows. It's matte, it's like a brownie camel shade, and it is absolutely stunning to use as a crease shade. There you can use shimmery shades up there as well, but because they reflect light, it will kind of ruin the look. It won't give it that contoured kind of three-dimensional sort of look. It'll be just too in your face. And as an aside note, some of you guys told me in my last video that they are discontinuing Uninterrupted, and I was like, what? So when I was last in MAC, which was like a week ago, actually it was a week today, and it was the one on Commercial Street in East London, and I asked the woman, and she went and asked her manager, and she said no. But I don't really trust people that work in MAC. So can you guys tell me again, is this true? Is it just in America? Is it here as well? Do I need to go and buy 10 of these? Let me know. Okay, tip number 4. It's an ice cream van going past, playing green sleeves at top speed. Okay, tip number 4. Always moisturize your lips before you wear lipstick. Always. It makes all the difference in the world. I always do this. You guys have seen some of my makeup tutorials. I will always apply my Carmex. Now this one is the one that I use every single day. I had a mint one. This is a strawberry one. They cost like £1. You can even buy them in Primark. They cost £1. And what it does is it preps your lips basically, especially if you've got a matte lipstick and you are applying the matte and it can drag across your lips and make it very uneven. Having something like this and then gently blotting it off afterwards makes all kinds of lipsticks apply much more evenly, much more seamlessly, and even really difficult lipsticks like liquid lipsticks apply so much more better if you have a moisturized base underneath. Tip number 5, matching your makeup to your clothes. Now, I have always sworn by this. It was started by my mum when I was a kid. I always used to see that no matter what clothes she was wearing, she always had the matching lipstick, which is why I have always done this. I find it so much more easier getting ready every day, knowing that, okay, this is what I'm wearing, so I can match my makeup to it. Because it can be so easy to just go, oh, do I, what, before you know it, half an hour's gone and you're late for work, or you're late for school, or you're late for university, or whatever. So my advice is always to match your makeup to your clothes. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're wearing blue, everything has to be blue, including your lips. It just means certain aspects of what you're wearing. So for example, my lipstick today, what is it? It's called Sweet Thing by Coloupop. And the reason that I'm wearing this, you're probably thinking, but her t-shirt is like a peachy colour. My trousers, haha, you can see the pale purple and there's peachy kind of colours to it as well, which is why I've got kind of orangish sort of eyes going on as well. This is the Vegas Lights eyeshadow palette by Makeup Geek, in case you're wondering. I will link my entire makeup look below. Okay, my next tip is to use lip liner to change the colour of your lipstick. Now, I know loads of you guys like me have ordered lipstick online, shown the rubbish swatch that MAC has shown you. I swear they have the worst swatches online ever. And sometimes it can be difficult, and then you order it in the post and you look at it and you're like, oh, it doesn't even look nice. It's so unwearable. To this day, I have never ever got rid of a lipstick because it doesn't suit me. I've always tried to make it work. Now, an example I'm going to give you is probably one of the most popular MAC lipsticks around, and it's called Myth. And it looks like that. And yes, there is colour on the front of it because, as you can see, I stand by my word. I use other products to change up the colour of my lipsticks. And Myth is probably the one that I do it to the most. Now, on its own, it's like that. One of my favourite combos to change up the colour is Nightmoth by MAC, which is a super deep dark plum. So I've just lined it next to it. Now I'm just going to blend it and show you how the colour changes. Just by blending the edges slightly, you can see that I have changed the colour of half, that's not all of it, half of the lipstick into a more wearable, pinky, plummy sort of shade. Obviously, the more of the lip liner you use, the more you're going to change up of the lipstick. But this is definitely a way to make it a lot more wearable. Another colour that I love to use with Myth is MAC's Cork, which is a deep brown. So there it is on the other side. There you can see it's become a more caramelly shade. The original Myth is still right in the middle. It's like a pinky beige. But just by using Cork or by using Nightmoth, you can see how much the colour has changed of the lipstick underneath. And you can do that with any lipstick, with any dark lip liner. Don't use a light lip liner and expect anything much to happen. The only thing is that it will become lighter, but it will still look a bit... Ugh. So, yeah. And my next tip, following on from that, is to mix your lipsticks. You can mix your lipsticks. You don't always have to wear one lipstick. You can wear one on top of another, and you can come out with an amazing colour. There is one colour by MAC called Sweet and Sour. Now, on me, it's very pale, orangey peach, and I generally tend to mix it with like a dark pink, and then what happens is I get this amazing, gorgeous, corally pink colour with a hint of peach, and it just looks stunning. So you can always mix your lipsticks, mix and match. And the same goes for liquid to matte lipsticks as well. When it comes to liquid to matte lipsticks, mix them both on your hand. Do not mix them on your mouth. That is the worst place to do it because you will actually ruin the colour of the wand, and then it will go into the other one and mess it up. So what I tend to do is I put a blob of one colour here, a blob of another colour under there, take a lipstick brush, mix them together, and then with the lip brush, then apply it onto your lips, and then just touch it up throughout the day, again by using your hand and a lip brush. Okay, so tip number 8, always wear primers underneath your makeup. So for your face primer, your eyes, eye primer, lips, I've never really been a fan of MAC's Prep and Prime for lips, and that's more of a personal preference. But for me personally, I tend to always wear primer underneath my makeup. When I've had questions from some of you guys saying, how do you manage to get your makeup to stay on all day? It's because I have used a makeup primer. This one at the moment that I'm using is Illamasqua's Hydra Veil, and it's a really refreshing, fresh kind of primer. Looks like wobbly jelly, and it comes with this weird scoopy thing, and it's not the most travel friendly practical thing, but it is an amazing primer. I love the Laura Mercier one as well. I really tend to like more fresh kind of primers, but I also used to love wearing Maybelline's Baby Skin, Benefit Professional. It's just that I've just moved on, that's all it is. And for your eyes as well, I mean, I use the Lorac one, but the Urban Decay ones are great. I'm surely going to start using the Soap and Glory one, which I showed in my haul video. But what it does is it keeps everything there, it keeps everything fresh, it keeps it all in place. And even towards the end of the day, if you notice that your makeup is starting to move, that just means that because your primer, for example, wearing your primer kept it on for 10 hours, and if you hadn't worn primer, it would have kept it in place for 6 hours. It just elongates the wear, and especially when it comes to your eyeshadow and stuff, it makes the colours more vibrant, it stops the creasing from the natural oils on your eyelids, and it just keeps everything amazing and fresh. So if possible, always wear a primer underneath your makeup. It makes the biggest difference in the world. When it comes to doing your eye makeup, a lot of people do have a problem with keeping within the lines of their eyes. I generally am quite good at that, and if I do make a mistake, I use my finger to wipe it off. But I have been known to use the whole Scotch tape technique. Now I know some of you, most of you will know what this is, but I know there'll be a couple of you who don't know what it is. Now the joke is I don't actually have any Scotch tape, and I'm just going to use normal sellotape. So here's just a normal piece of sellotape. So all you do is stick it on your hands a couple of times, backwards and forwards, to get rid of a lot of the super strong stickiness, because Scotch tape is not that sticky. And all you do is line it up underneath your eye. I can't actually see what I'm doing, so, and then you just leave it there, press it down. Sorry, I don't want to move my makeup. Press it down, and then you can do your eye makeup, and then that way it will keep it nice and crisp and neat. And then once you're finished, you just remove it, and you're left with a perfect crisp line. And then you've also been left with almost a guide to where to place your liquid eyeliner as well. So another tip obviously is, if you don't have Scotch tape, just use normal sellotape like I did. Now, my final tip to you guys. Now I know there'll be loads of you that are not aware of this. Makeup sell-by dates. Now we are all hoarders around here. This channel is for makeup lovers, makeup fiends, makeup artists, whoever you are, but generally people who love makeup. Now, one thing that some of you may not be aware of is that a lot of makeup products have got sell-by dates on them. Let me show you. So this is the Illamasqua Hydra Veil. You see that right there? That little tub? And it says on it 9M. That means 9 months. But a lot of the time it's more skin type ones, so like foundations and things like that. I'm just trying to see if I've got anything lying around. Yep, this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Radiant Light Bronze. It says 12M underneath it. So 12 months you're meant to keep it. Now I know a lot of you are guilty, just like me, of having things for years. Now it's not so bad if it's never been opened, because it's not had that air touching it. But the other ones, especially foundations, if it smells funny and you know you've had it a long time, throw it away. Do not keep it. So that is it. That is my top 10 beauty tips for you guys. I hope that you find it useful and helpful. If you've got any more tips that you'd like to share with me, hey, by all means let me know below. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.